Hi, so I'm currently doing an internship as part of my bachelor's. I have an elective course in museology and you have to do an internship for that. I have temporarily moved to be in the city of the internship to make everything easier. It would be like 4 hours of transportation every day otherwise. So that's the context of this video. I packed up my life to be able to live here for 2 months and it was really heavy, and luckily Thomas helped me transport it here by train on a rainy and cold day. We had to really carry all that stuff uphill. He stayed here with me the first night and he helped organize and put everything out and make it nice for me. I was really sad when he had to leave. It felt very overwhelming. Then I had a few days before the internship to write an exam for an oral exam I'm doing later. I also bought a new pair of shoes on Vinted. I bought a pink pair of Keens and they arrived just in time for me to have turned in my exam. So I spent a lovely day kind of breaking them in, spending some time in nature, trying to relax and feel more at ease. It had been a little bit of a rocky start for me. Now, I don't have any footage of the actual internship and I don't think I'm going to. It is a bit counterintuitive that everything revolves around this internship in this video and in my coming videos, but I will not be showing you my everyday life at the internship. I'm doing like behind the scenes confidential stuff with their collections. I've thought of maybe drawing my day or doing some little fun thing, but I'm also just swamped with a lot of tasks and juggling all of those different roles is a lot. So this footage is from my free time in this new city that happens to be the city Elvie lives in. So we've spent some nice time together. This was a evening we had where we watched football and had hot dogs.
Men altså, jeg har jo ikke...
Just because a person's not decent to me
Don't mean they're
and
not
not decent to someone. The norm is not normal.
living rent-free in your mind.
Yeah.
This footage is from my first weekend there, where I just kind of hung around and video chatted with Thomas and cleaned a little bit and did some laundry. It's very nice to be able to air dry laundry in the garden. strange to be away from all of my creative gear, all of my sewing thread, all of my yarns, all of my leftover fabrics, my whole wardrobe. It's it's a study in resourcefulness and craftiness so that I don't end up buying everything twice. From this point on, the video is from my Easter break, where I went back home, so we will be in familiar surroundings. Some of you might recall me talking about this horse sweater vest back in my recent February video, and the deal is that I cropped it when I got it, and I don't like the length anymore, and I want to lengthen it. And I'm 90% sure that this is the original yarn that I cropped and kept. So I think I'm gonna redo the bottom of this to make it longer because I really genuinely like it and want to wear it in my everyday life, but it feels a little discombobulated silhouette cut wise in the way that I would combine it with different things now. So hopefully this is gonna change that and make it more relevant for my wardrobe again. I'm excited for that. I thought it was going to take a long time to find the right yarn because I have a lot of yarn, but it was one of the first things I saw. Very nice. Of course, I had to go thrift shopping to feel truly like I was back home. Okay, so here's everything I found. This little bag is something I've been looking for, a kiss clasp lock. This isn't exactly that, but it's kind of the vibe of a wallet that's become a purse, which I really like. I'm not much of like a handbag person, like something you have to hold in your hand all the time, but I liked how simple this was and structured, and it seemed like you could put quite a lot of stuff in here. and I figured I could attach it to other bags and that would look really cute. So that was my plan with that one. I was really excited to find it because I have been looking for a type of bag like this for a little while, and I've looked on Vinted for a bag like this, but they're harder to gauge, like the size and the quality of the leather, the construction, everything, and they're usually more expensive. And I just knew, like, of course there's gonna be a version of this in a thrift store somewhere. I bought this little shovel, I don't know what you would call this, for I guess tea or candy or something. It's ceramic and I think it's handmade. It has some little dinks and stuff. I love this little speckled clay with a sheer pink glaze. I think it's just very gorgeous. And I thought it would be kind of fun to, for example, use with this tea setup I have. And use it as like a pick and weight thing. And then I found this polka dot crossbody tote, which is also reversible, and then on the inside it's blue netting with the Nike logo. This is Nike. And I just thought it would be practical to have a crossbody tote. I thought it was cute with the polka dots. What can I say? And interesting that you could wear it both ways. You still see the polka dots through the net when you reverse it, and I thought that was kind of cute as well. And then finally I bought this bench fleece, and I saw it in someone's thrifting log, and I'd never heard of the brand before, and I looked it up because I thought the construction was really neat. And then in the thrift store, this high fleece neck caught my eye, and it turned out to be bench. I don't really know anything about the brand, but I thought maybe it's going to be a little bit frumpy. It's quite long, and I'm not sure how it's going to look with the rest of my wardrobe, but it hits the perfect length with this dress, where the dress has a gathering skirt at the bottom, and it perfectly peeks out from underneath this fleece, which made me so excited. I really like this high neck construction and the pull tabs on the zips. I like how long the sleeves are, and I like the idea of the thumb hole. It is a little bit small. Like, I would like to have my whole thumb be out, and it feels a little bit restrictive for it to be this small, but the fact that the zipper is also, I forget the word right now, the type where you can pull from the bottom as well to create different looks, that's what really sold me on the whole thing here. I definitely see myself wearing this to like an amusement park where you need to have something that's very windproof for the roller coasters and such, and I really like the color of it, and I was surprised by the way it feels considering it's 100% polyester. I don't think it's too bad. It doesn't feel staticky, which is my big pet peeve with polyester clothing, that I'm afraid to get shocks. It's good to be back home. I am so excited to have a week to just breathe and relax and be around familiar things. It's so much right now. So yeah, so that's all she bought. There was a tiny little clip of a new Lorde song out, and I was so excited about this. I can't wait to hear it. It made me so nostalgic. It kind of sounds like melodrama. For the first few days of the Easter break, I was flying solo at home because Thomas was home with his family for his dad's birthday, and it was really pleasant. Like, I love my home, our home. I love being alone in it as well. The ultimate comfort of being surrounded by my own things. I love it. had one day that was 19 degrees. I went out with a light shirt and linen pants and no jacket, and it was fine. Like, it was crazy. It was like a summer day. And that's when I went to pick up Thomas. And then immediately cut to 2 days later. It was super cold and rainy. We decided to go for an excursion to this store that has foam and fabrics and lots of craft supplies. This is a point of view from my pocket. I forgot to turn the camera off. I thought that was kind of funny. Thomas had a specific project of wanting to repair a chair, one of the 2 armchairs that we have in our living room. The bottom had kind of gone out on that, so he wanted to recreate it with new materials. And I was there to buy a really long zipper to try and repair a suitcase I found on the street. And then we went to a record store that was really nearby. It was really fun to flip through and try to look for anything familiar. And we did find some goodies. Showing off what I got. I found K Tempest's The Line is a Curve, which is a album I've really listened to this year, and I was so surprised to find it at that store. I saw that they had Lord's both Pure Heroine and Melodrama, and I picked up a Florence and the Machine CD. And Thomas bought this Katinka album, which is a Danish artist.
I do my makeup in somebody else's car. I know about what you did and I want to scream the truth.
And here's a little bit of footage of Thomas fixing the chair. I didn't get a clip of what it ended up looking like, but he did a really good job. This whole Easter break had such a Sunday vibe to it. Every day was like a Sunday. Sleeping in and making bread and hanging out and binging shows. It was really nice. It was a great comfort after the intensity of the past 2 weeks. On the second to last day, we had some friends over for pancakes for dinner, and Solveig was the pancake master. She's worked at a pancake shop, so she was really good at making them, and she also balanced them on her head. This was a rare group of people who all knew I make videos, so I asked to film it. I don't really do that otherwise when we have guests. And then it was the last day of the Easter break and I had to pack up all my stuff again. My beloved alarm clock that I took with me for the trip had to go back in the suitcase. Thomas made a really great pizza for dinner this evening, and I delayed my train so that I could enjoy it more. Then it was time to go. Thomas accompanied me down to the train, and then I went solo. This clip is from yesterday. You can recognize this little furry number, which I found at a thrift store right before having to go run to get a bus. I tried to go for an evening walk because I don't want to fall into the hole of just scrolling after work. Even though I'm a little bit depleted, it's a really nice feeling to just go outside, spend some time there. And this time I caught a really beautiful sunset. I also picked a flower for myself. I really do enjoy this season of spring. I'm kind of happy that it's prolonged a little bit. Those days where it gets really hot and feels like summer, I get a little bit stressed out. I'm like, I'm not ready for summer yet. It's still supposed to be spring. So these colder days where you still get to bundle up a little bit, but the light is there for way longer and everything is starting to bloom. I do really love this season. And I'm really trying to create a cozy feeling for myself in this temporary home, even though it's not my home. I'm doing my best. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.